From Abuja to Lagos, Enugu, Katsina, or Plateau State, wherever it is you are watching us from around Nigeria and across the world, welcome to POV Nigeria Newspaper Reviews today, Monday, the 27th day in the month of July 2026. Please do well to be part of what we do. You can find us at POV Nigeria across all social media platforms and also subscribe to our YouTube page at POV Nigeria. I am Henry Igwebike. Let's get started. Alright, if you just joined us, this is still POV Nigerian Newspaper Reviews today, Monday, 27th day in the month of July 2026. Let's start with the Punch newspaper for today. Big story: federal government budgets 1 trillion naira for empowerment. SUVs amid rising borrowing pressure. We have 3 riders for the go. Let's take a look at them. The first one says allocation exceeds a combined budget of 7 key federal ministries. Hey, that's truly surprising. And the second rider says only 70 out of 259 empowerment projects have identified location. That's coming from Tracker. And economists question spending priorities, demand accountability. I just really hope that this current administration would not go down in history as one of those administrations Nigerians, both yet unborn, would read about and wish that we would never have such kind of administration in the future, because I do not understand how this is even making the front covers of our newspapers today. At a time in Nigeria when Nigerians are bleeding as a result of the grotesque policies of this administration, at a time when Nigerians can hardly go by the next day, maybe except those who are eating from what falls from the master's table, at a time when industries, factories are closing down every other day, and the most intelligent amongst all of us, or in us, are leaving the country in droves because the environment is no longer good enough for them. We have a federal government budgeting 1 trillion naira for empowerment SUVs amid rising borrowing pressure. And the truth of the matter is, most of those that are beneficiaries of this empowerment are truly not all Nigerians, but particularly those who are party loyalists and sycophants of the administration. Lots of Nigerians would argue. I do not know if that is true. We have to do our investigative work to know who are the beneficiaries of this empowerment program. But the truth of the matter is, we cannot have deficiencies of different sorts in basic provision of infrastructure in Nigeria, rather than provide solutions to some amongst many of this basic infrastructure. We'll rather repay some of this money to empowerment that would end up in beer parlors, brutals, and many other places, rather than stimulate the economy. It's actually quite sad this is happening at a time like this in our country. We have on the bottom strip also, hoodlums invade Osun INEC office, cut away PVCs. Of course, this is politics time, and it's quite sad, very regrettable that we are living in Nigeria when participatory elections is no longer the order of the day. I would love to believe, even if the ruling party, assuming, wants to take over everything, it is not natural for it to happen that way. People would say this is a direct attack on the Accord party by whoever it is, we do not know, but they know themselves. And I think this is not good for democracy. As much as one party would love to take over everything, participatory democracy means that you give room for other parties to equally strive, so we can have checks and balances across board for the betterment of the country. From that particular paper, that is the Punch, let's move to the Guardian newspaper for a bit. We have the big story: overlapping budgets, how weak budgeting culture aids graft, poverty, ghost allocation. It's only at a time in our history with this administration would we see a government operating several budgets at the same time. We have the 2024 budgets still going on, 2025 budget still going on, 2026 budget still coming to add to the lump of the budgets that we have. And while that is being said, lots of Nigerians have questioned why monies meant for ministries and MDAs still do not get to them. We had most recently the Minister of Health saying the 2.2 billion that was budgeted for the ministry, only 36 million has been given to him. And what would he actually do with that kind of money when the healthcare system needs to be rejigged? So the big question again is, where are all of the money going to? All the borrowed money we keep hearing, where are they really going to? And still from the same newspaper, we have voter registration closes amid concerns over access, election credibility. Military rescue 48 abductees in Zamfara as ISWAP financial chief surrender in Borno. I love to believe we all watched that Nollywood film. Very choreographed. Lots of people argue, especially coming from our comment section. Lots of people would say that surrendering was really choreographed well. We do not know how true that is. We do not know the details about it. But let's assume that was truly a genuine surrender. I hope that this man who has surrendered would not be let go or given some respite. He would be dealt with because he was amongst many who had contributed in the killings of Nigerians and our military personnel. From that newspaper, the Guardian newspaper, let's quickly go to the Vanguard for a bit. We have the big story: 2027 polls, Obi Kwankwaso ticket, best chance of winning. That's coming from Babachir Lawal. Ex-SGF, not worth dignifying with response, APC is telling Babachir Lawal. Well, if the Obi Kwankwaso ticket is the best chance of winning, I think it will be left to Nigerians to decide what that means. Peter Gregory had said every other time he has the opportunity that the 2027 elections will be a fight between Nigerians and the APC, especially Nigerians. Like we all know, every Nigerian is going through very tough and difficult times. Businesses are closing every day. Children are not given the sort of nutritional food they desire because parents do not have enough disposable income to make that happen, and many other challenges that have been brought as a result of the policies of this administration. So let's hope and see how that will go. On the top strip of the Vanguard newspaper, US warns Nigerians with dual citizenship against traveling on foreign passport. I guess this message should be to our politicians. They are very good at messing our country up and opt for dual citizenship. Most of them, if not all of them, have dual citizenships. After messing the country up, after creating chaos in the country, after collapsing the system, after not allowing for participatory democracy, they allow their kids and themselves to have dual citizenships, such that if a push comes to shove, they would find their way out, leaving the rest of us here. It's actually quite sad. I love to believe the United States should target, especially our politicians, those who have been involved in killing this nation, Nigeria. They should be targeted, and such measure should be not just targeted at them, but targeted at their children and their children's children, because they cannot just destroy Nigeria and take the next flight to other parts of the world to go celebrate. It's actually not good for Nigeria. From the Vanguard newspaper, lastly, let's go to the Daily Trust for a bit. How gunmen abducted KB High Court judge. You can see when we talk about why we should call a spade a spade. Most of the time we talk about how that the judiciary has been lopsided when it comes to the judicial undertakings and responsibility. And the truth of the matter is, when the pool is dirty, when the pool is deliberately allowed to be spoiled, it doesn't just affect those that have come to fetch water at the time. Over time, everybody gets to feel the brunt, and that is what is happening now. I feel for the High Court judge, and I hope that his release will be guaranteed without ransom. Yes, without ransom. That is what we hope for Nigeria, and equally pray such would not happen yet again. On the top strip, soldier selling uniform to terrorists arrested. Voters will count. Votes, would count. INEC vows as voters registration ends. Flooding, where is LG's 82 billion ecological fund? Well, that's all we have for our newspaper reviews today. Please do well to follow us across our social media platforms at POV Nigeria, and also subscribe to our YouTube page. I am Henry Kubik. Have yourself a splendid day, and I'll see you on another episode. Bye-bye.